Hey y'all, today I want to talk about this Wendy Williams situation. So many people have been talking about it. She did an interview on the Breakfast Club, and so many people have opinions on this situation with Wendy. So I definitely want to talk about it, and I want to start with one of the biggest issues that Wendy has, that they're claiming she has. And let me start this video off saying that everything in this video is alleged, but this is information that I found online, and of course things we've been hearing. So they are saying that she has dementia, and for anyone who is familiar with how dementia works, and I want to explain this first before I get into anything else, because a lot of people, I don't think they understand how it works. How it works is usually from experience. I know how it goes a little bit from experience, but I'm sure everybody's case is different. But anybody who is familiar with any form of dementia, usually the person who has it, they have spells. Sometimes they're normal self, and then at other times they're affected by dementia. So they have their periods where they don't remember things, or they're not acting normal, what we would call normal. So that is something that people need to understand how that works. And I'm going to say usually, because I'm no medical professional, but from what I know, that's usually how it works. So one of the biggest issues, because there's a lot of stuff that I want to point out, and I pulled up so much stuff I want to show you guys, but because it's so much and it's so many articles and things like that, it's going to be difficult for me to do that. And I'll be reading articles all day trying to explain everything. So I'm going to do my best to try to explain the things that I found, and I'm going to do my best to explain that to you. So one of the other issues I want to bring up in the beginning is people are wondering why Wendy's family cannot be her guardian. And that is a big question that I had as well. So I started looking around, and I ran into a lawyer that was talking about this case, and she pointed out that because two of the people who could have been a guardian was her sister Wanda and her son. Now, when it comes to the son, at the time, Wendy's son, he was young. They accused him of mismanaging her money. So, of course, he wasn't looked at as a good person or a good candidate to be Wendy's guardian. When it comes to Wendy's sister, Wanda, allegedly they saying that she's a lawyer. I don't know much about her. They saying that she's a lawyer, and that she has financial obligations that she needs to handle on her own personal behalf. And so that's probably why the court is not considering her as Wendy's guardian, because usually in a situation like this, the person that is the guardian need to prove that they have good financial management skills. And if you already have financial burdens or obligations of your own, that's not proving that you'll be able to manage Wendy's money, right? So those are two of the people. I don't know if she have other people that would qualify. It seemed like she do. We heard from the niece on the Breakfast Club yesterday. So it seemed like it's a possibility that there are other people that can be Wendy's guardian. I just don't know how that is going as of right now. So I'm gonna move right along because I don't want this video to be too long, but I definitely want to point out some things because I feel that Wendy is being mistreated in this situation, and they and everybody involved need to be looked into. Okay. So one of the first people that I looked into, and I tried to find as much information as I can, that would be that judge that's over Wendy's guardianship. And her name is Judge Lisa Sokoloff. I took some notes, y'all, because I'm trying to be able to remember everything that I found and explain it to you guys the best way I can. I'm not a storyteller, but we're going to see how this go. Okay, so the judge name is Lisa Sokoloff. And she was under investigation a while back because people were concerned that she was appointing guardianships to lawyers that had they had donated to her campaign. They donated to her Supreme Court campaign, and somehow, well, not somehow, she appointed them the guardianships that they wanted within her court that same year. So I don't want to do too much reading. I got my glasses on. I'm sorry for the glare. I don't know how to change that. But as of right now, it is what it is. Just listen to what I'm saying. I'm going to read a little bit of this because I feel that this is important. And she was investigated by Channel 7 news team. They dug into her background and they found out some information. So that's why I'm going to read this to you. And it wasn't just her. It was several guardianship judges. She was just one of them that was on the list. And it says Manhattan Judge Lisa Sokoloff received $5,720 in campaign donations from 2019 to 2022 from 20 guardianship lawyers, law firms, or people who deal in guardianship cases, and awarded those same people or law firms 62 appointments in 2022. One of the lawyers who donated to her was Paul Medeiros. In 2022, he donated $1,000 to Sokoloff's election campaign. Sokoloff gave Medeiros 7 guardianship appointments in 2022. Medeiros told Eyewitness News the donation was not a conflict of interest. He said he had known Sokoloff for 29 years and has always supported her career. I'm very proud of her, he said. So that don't seem like a conflict of interest? It's real funny how everybody who donated to your campaign, you appointed guardianships to them that same year. Every one of them, okay? Now I'm going to take my glasses off because I'm hoping that I don't need it for the duration of this video. I'm going to do my best to try to explain everything and hope that I don't forget anything because I found a lot, okay? Also, another thing I want to point out about this judge before I move on to the lawyer is I found another case that she was over, and I briefly looked over this case, but I found something that was strange. And she was over a case for a man named Peter Max. He is a famous artist, and he, of course, had money, and he had a guardianship. His daughter was complaining that whoever was his guardian, which was another lawyer, I believe, that was appointed to be a guardian over Peter Max, she complained of neglect and several things that she felt was wrong with this guardian and not treating her father right. Okay, she wanted to be the guardian of her own father. Okay, and Judge Sokoloff, the same judge, was mad that this woman went in front of the media. She went to the media and basically talked about the case and just talked about, the issues that she was having with trying to get guardianship and the legal processes that she was going through and how difficult it was. And because this judge was mad that she did a press conference, or not a press conference, like an interview in the press, she put a gag order on this woman, which it goes against this lady's constitutional rights for freedom of speech. So you mad because she brought you up and said something about you when she was trying to bring awareness to what these guardianships do to families and the people that is involved in this? Because see, it's not just this judge. You guys can go look right on Google. There's a long list of judges that's being accused of so many things when it comes to these guardianships, okay? And they're appointing these lawyers. Also, Peter Max's daughter, I can't remember her exact name. I wish I would have wrote it down. But anywho, she claimed that, well, one of her arguments was that, and she filed a lawsuit, if I'm not mistaken. I read that she filed a lawsuit. And she said that the judge was having personal relationship with the lawyers and other judges and basically in cahoots with these guardianships, okay? So that's a problem. I think that's a huge problem. And it's a conflict of interest. I feel that these judges need to be looked into, okay? Now let's move right along because I don't want it to be too long. I might do a live later so I can go more in depth about this topic or whatever. But I'm trying to move right along and give the basis of the things that I found. Okay, now let's move right along to Sabrina Morrissey. Okay, so I want to talk about her, basically another case that she was over, where she was sued. Her and a couple of other lawyers, I believe it was, I think they said it was about 10 lawyers. I don't want to quote that because I've been reading so much, honey, y'all. I don't want to get numbers wrong. I've been reading so much stuff, okay, for hours. But anywho, she was sued by a man. Now, I'm about to try to break this story down for y'all. So it was a man named Jose Verdugo. He had an accident on his job where he got hit in the head with some type of stick or something, and he had injuries to his head. Of course, he got a lawsuit, and he won a total of, I believe it was $10 million or something like that. And I told y'all, I can't remember the exact numbers. I know it ended up turning out to be $3 million in the end. But I believe it was initially $10 million, something like that. But forget the numbers. Anywho, he was represented by this lawyer. This lawyer, not Sabrina Morrissey. He had a lawyer that represented him, and he won that lawsuit. Okay? So that lawyer had a partner who decided to go on his own merry way and link up with Sabrina Morrissey, which is the lawyer over Wendy Williams. And they partnered. So I wish I would have wrote the names down, y'all, but stay with me. So the lawyer for Jose had a partner who decided to break it off and go his own way and link up with Sabrina Morrissey. When he did that, he contacted Jose and told Jose, hey, you can't get paid for your lawsuit unless you get a guardianship. That's going to be the stipulations of you getting your money. Okay? And had this man thinking that the only how he was going to get his payout from his lawsuit was that if he get a legal guardianship. So they basically lied to him. The original lawyer didn't know that his ex-partner had went behind his back and contacted the client and told him all this. When that happened, the man somehow, so now Sabrina goes into the court, Sabrina Morrissey, which is the lawyer for Wendy Williams, goes into the court and do whatever it is she needed to do, file paperwork to get guardianship over Jose. And she was awarded guardianship over Jose. There's so much. I have the paperwork pulled up, y'all. I have so many tabs of all the paperwork for proof of everything that I'm saying that I found online, but I don't want to get to clicking on all these tabs or whatever. Just follow the story. I might do that later in the live. So she got the guardianship for her Jose, and basically what she was doing was spending his money without his knowledge or his approval. And I'm talking about just filing court documents and starting litigations and things like that was unnecessary in order to get paid. Because, every time she have to file anything, or the lawyer that's the guardian have to file anything on your behalf, their fee come out of your money. So because she was his guardian and she had access and control of his money, she continued, her and the other scamming lawyer, continue to file these different suits and things like that in court so that they can continue to get paid. So what Jose did, now Jose had a wife and a daughter who both wanted guardianship of him. They was doing everything and they kept being denied, okay? When they was literally able to be his guardian, I don't know why that's such a difficult thing. It should be obvious that these lawyers are scamming. Okay, and what Jose did was contact the original lawyer, his original lawyer who helped him win the lawsuit. And when that lawyer found out what his ex-partner and Sabrina Morrissey was doing, he filed a lawsuit for $30 million on Jose Verdugo's behalf. And they said that Sabrina Morrissey had already spent, out of the $3 million, had already spent $1.2 million or something like that, or that's all what was left was $1.2 million. So out of $3 million, she done spent $1.8 million of that man's winnings, his lawsuit, you know, his payout? How? So basically, y'all targeted him. So now you over Wendy Williams, and we supposed to believe you gonna treat her right. You got her isolated like she in jail. You're not trying to let her get anything. She's in there with older people. And I don't really want to, you know, it's so many things that I see that's wrong. But, yeah, I just don't think that is right. I don't think that is right. I think Wendy need help. I think they trying to play with her and take her money. And them judges are in cahoots. If you go do your research, you will see that there's a lot of guardianship judges just in the state of New York alone that is being questioned for their behavior and their rulings. In these type of cases, they targeting people that have money, older people that have money, and even if they have family, they are finding ways to let these lawyers become their guardian. I highly believe they are all in cahoots. And I'm going to keep digging. It don't make no sense. Also, there is a website for Wendy Williams. There is a petition. I'm going to try to remember to put the link in the description of this video so that you guys can, if you are interested in signing that petition for Wendy, to have them investigate her guardianship and, you know, see if it's anything that they can do to overturn this guardianship, because I don't believe that she's in the right hands. Y'all know, now I don't know for sure, I can't say that Wendy is, you know, capable of coming back out and in front of the media and doing videos and that type of thing. She probably just needs to chill. Because yes, on a Breakfast Club, she seemed to be okay, but there was moments that I questioned, and I'm not gonna get off into that because we all love Wendy, and we know one thing: if Wendy was in the media right now, with what's going on out here in the media right now, oh, she'll be, honey, she'll be tearing it up. I'm telling you. And can't nobody take Wendy's place. Nobody. So, and I really wish that she was out, because this would be a time now, wouldn't it? With Wendy on top of all these stories that's out. Oh my God. Can't nobody take her place. I haven't seen anyone come close to it. So I wish that we can have Wendy back in front of the camera and telling these stories, because she tell them the best. However, I don't know if she's capable of doing that. We probably got a good moment from Wendy, and we don't know what every day is like for her. But I definitely don't think that is what they're trying to say, like she's cognitively impaired and all this stuff. No, she's not. She probably have her moments, but I feel that she's capable of moving around. She need a guardian that's going to be stern with her and make sure that she's staying away from alcohol and things like that, because, you know, that's what they're saying, that she has alcohol-induced dementia. So she needs to be on it. That was another thing that was talked about. It was said that her sister, Wanda, she didn't want Wanda to be her guardian because Wanda wouldn't let her drink. And that's probably the perfect guardian, honestly. She needs someone that that's not going to play with her. They're going to be on it. I feel that her family can do that. And I don't even, I didn't know it was this bad when it comes to this type of stuff. You hear about stuff like this happening, but me digging, like, it don't even seem legal that these courts could do some of the things that they do. And if people don't start speaking out about it, they'll continue doing it, because it could be you. It could be one of your family members. That's why it's important that while you are sane or considered sane, before they try to put a label on you, to make sure that you get your affairs in order very early. Don't wait. Get your affairs in order so that when you get older, you won't be put in a position like this. Well, another thing that I didn't like, but I can't really argue with. At one point, Wendy's son was taking care of her, and they said he had ran up a tab of $300,000, but then in another place I seen them say $100,000. I don't know what it is. So yeah, he probably was mismanaging her funds. But then Sabrina Morrissey came and told him she's gonna get him locked up and this and that, like threatening to get him put in jail. That's his mama. Do you think she would want her son to be in jail? Yeah, he should be watched when it comes to her money if he's being reckless with it. But you're threatening to put her son in jail? What, you want the money? You gonna come up with some fake cases and spend our money up? That's probably what you've been doing. You need to be investigated, if you ask me. So, yeah, I hope that people, if y'all really concerned, because there were so many people that was talking about this yesterday, and people seem to be so concerned, please go sign the petition. I'm going to put the link in the description. Go sign that petition. I feel that Wendy fans need to come together and speak up for her. It seems like she's in a situation where she has no control. Well, it don't seem like Wendy has no control right now, and there's literally nothing she can do. And she literally need the people to come together. The ones that's her fans. She got a lot of people that don't like how she talked about them. But yeah, Wendy is somebody who a lot of people, we love Wendy. She gonna come keep it real. And so sign the petition, y'all. Click the link. It only take a few minutes. Sign the petition. Sign the petition. Yeah, so that's what I wanted to come on here and talk about. It's still so much more, y'all. I just wanted to, basically shed light on the judge and the lawyer's character. This is what she's dealing with. And it's not even a matter of her being appointed to another judge, because like I said, it's been said that all those judges are in cahoots. So even if she's appointed to another judge in that same area, they might be on the same type of time because they friends. That's what's being said. That's what Peter Mack's daughter was complaining about. That was her argument. And I highly believe that. I have seen that a couple of times already. This judge, along with several others, have been investigated, not just by ABC 7 News that you guys see here. They've been, under the microscope, and they still doing the same thing. Now, it was said, I don't know how true it is, but it was said that Lisa Sokoloff did not participate in donating to this judge. So there's no connection there, but that don't mean nothing. It could be other ways that there's connections, honey. Because why would they give you, like, you taking all her stuff, you got rid of her cats and stuff like that? Like, what type of human is you? I should have put your picture up here. Why you look like Caillou? I ain't even gonna go there. I'm trying to keep this video right. That, I'm talking about, the whole thing just made me mad. And then to hear Wendy cry like that and she have no control. Like, stop playing. Let her go home to her family. Monitor them. Have someone go out once a month and check, or once every 2 weeks and check, and just see if they, if everything is under control. Family should always be the first option. Always. I can't believe that they are getting away with this. Now, I know in a lot of situations, it's not the best option for some people, because sometimes family be the ones that will make you worse, spend your money up and everything else. But there has to be somebody that care enough to be able to take Wendy on, honey, because why is this happening to her? In the poor communities, people deal with their family members having dementia all the time and have to take care of them until, the end. So why is that not an option for these people with money? It's like y'all targeting them just because they have money. Because if she didn't have no money, y'all wouldn't even appointed that lawyer to her. Stop it. Let me see the cases where y'all appointed a lawyer to a poor family for guardianship. There was no money there. I don't hear about those type of things. Where's the cases for the poor families where they couldn't take care of the person, and some lawyer came along and took over guardianship? I know it probably happened, but in this case, in this district, I wonder if in the state of New York, if it's happening. Because from what it looked like they targeting, I found even other cases, y'all, it looked like they targeting people with money. But anywho, I'm not going to keep rambling. This video is already too long. Like I said, I might go live later and talk about this. I found so much, and it's very disturbing. The conflict of interest alone is telling, okay? And so, yeah, I just pray that Wendy get the help she need, because they literally had us thinking, putting out all that crazy stuff in the media about her, making us think that, it wasn't looking good. Like it was almost the end. And Wendy deserved to be with her family. If they want her, she deserves to be there. So it is what it is, y'all. I'm out of here because I'm rambling. I gotta go. Bye, y'all.